Okay, so slices plays a very important role in making your dashboard interactive. Now suppose you have a dashboard and it looks good, it looks very beautiful, but then if it is not interactive, then it doesn't give you that effect, right? So in today's topic we'll learn all about slices and how we can play with it, what is the conditional formatting we can use on the slices to make it more pleasant. Okay, so let's start. This is my data. Okay, in my previous section I used this data only, and if you remember, I will go to insert, click on pivot, and I'll put source. Okay, so now let's take, for instance, we will take state. Okay, and we will take sales. Okay, and let's format it, right click, number format, currency. Okay, and let's change this table to, we will go to design, we'll go to report outlet, layout, and we will click on tabular, so our state will appear here, and this we can change it as sales. Okay, and now let's take another one. Let's copy this, and what I told you, whenever you are creating your first pivot table, you will go right click, you will go to pivot table settings, you'll go to total and filters, and you will click on allow multiple filters per field. Okay, now you can copy this whole thing, create another table, and this time let's take ship, let's take subcategory. Okay, and now again copy, and let's take ship mode. Okay, so you have this data. Now how to create a slicer. Okay, any of the pivot table you can go, okay, and keep your cursor. Okay, go to pivot table analyze, and you will have two things here: insert slicer, insert timeline. So click on insert slicer. Okay, and take, suppose you want to take year, and you want to take segment. Where is our segment? Okay, and you can also take year, segment, and category. Three things we are taking. Okay, and if you see, we have state, subcategory, and ship mode. Now these are your slices. Okay, now what you can do, now suppose if I click on this whole, all the three tables should change, right? Now just see, when I click on consumer, only this is changing, these two are not changing. When I click on 2015 or 2016, only this part is changing and not this two. And when I click on technology, only this is changing and this not. So this is interactive only to one table, but we have to make this slicer interactive to all the tables. So how to do it? Okay, so there's a simple step you have to make sure. When you create a slicer, you will go right click. Okay, and there will be an option called report connections. Open that report connections and give your slices. Okay, give your slices, just do a tick mark on all the slices. Since we have created many slices in our previous table, so I'm getting so many, but if you would have given the name to the slices, then it would have been very easy for you. Okay, and in the same way we'll give report connections and slices here also. Okay, now I have to give to all because I don't know which is my pivot table. So in my previous lessons I told you that whenever you create any pivot table, make sure you give a name to it, so it becomes easy for you to know which slicer, which pivot table and which slices we are using. Okay, and same we will do here also for category report connections. Okay, 1, 2, 3, I think this with the three we created. Okay, now see, now when I click on consumer, my all the things will change. See, when I click 2015 and when I click office supplies, see, so office supplies we got for the state, subcategory, and ship mode. Okay, when I click on 2016, my whole data changes. When I click on 2014, all the table changes. So basically To make your dashboard interactive, first thing you want slices, and once you get the slices, you have to go to right click and you have to do a report connection and select all the things which you want to. Now if you would have given name, for instance, suppose if I give the name to this pivot table, I'll go to pivot analyze, okay, and give the name to state table. Okay, and now when I click right click, and then let me just do a refresh quick. Okay, now when I go to right click, and now let's see if state table appears. See, state table, it appeared. Now if I would have given the name to all the three tables, it would have been easy for me to see which table I need to click. Okay, now since we created a dashboard and stuff, so we were unable to know which slicer and which table we are using. Okay, and if you want to see the dashboard, interactive dashboard, you can just click over here. In 50 minutes you might have got the I button. In 50 minutes you will learn the entire dashboard from start to scratch. Okay, from start to end, sorry. Now the second part is the conditional formatting. Now you got the slices. Now, suppose if you see these are the blanks, okay, this doesn't have data, but it gave you this, how to remove, how to get rid of this. What you will do, you'll do right click, you'll go to slicer settings, and in this area, you will see hide items with no data. You'll click that. When you click that, this all will go gray, okay, and when you say okay, see, it's gone. So this is how you add when you have some unnecessary data which are not there in our data, okay. So this is how you will do. And now second thing, if you want, now the slices are customizable. Okay. Now when you go to slicer option, you will get here. Okay, you can change the width. See, you can change like this, or you can change like this, or you can do with cursor also. You can do like this, or you can go like this. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing is you can change the columns. If you want columns in 3, you can just create as many columns as you want. Okay. Now see, if I want this in 2 columns or 3 columns, and then I can drag it. Okay, I can drag this. I can just go like this. This is my one slicer. Now it becomes easy for me. This, I'll go again. I'll drag it. Okay, this is my second slicer. Now it's like we are saving the page also. Now you see. Now it looks more good, right? So this is how. Now when I click to the furniture, in furniture I want corporate. In corporate I want 2015 data. So you got your 2015 data. Correct? Now second thing, suppose if you want to get rid of the category, what you will do? Name of the category. You'll do right click. You'll go to slicer settings. Now you see here, it says category. You can, if you remove display header and say okay, your category is also gone. If you want it back, you'll go right click. You'll go to slicer settings, and then you'll click on this. And if you want to change the name, you can change the name. See. So this is how you can change the name. Now let's get back to edu category. Okay, and then you have your ascending and descending order. You can do, it's always by default sorted in ascending order. If you want descending, you can do if you want. Okay, and now if you go to slicer, you have your options. Okay, if you see light, you want light. If you want green, you can get green. Okay, and if you want the darker version, you can get darker version. Now if you see this, you can have this also. This looks so good. What is this? This is the customizable slicer. So basically my point is you can customize your way how you want to show the slicer, and this is very important. Okay, so to match your dashboard, okay, to match the look of your dashboard, the slices are very important. And if you customize it, and you can use it for any of your reports. Okay, now how to do this? Okay, first you come here, the slices which are already there, inbuilt slices. Okay, click, right click. Okay, take this one, right click, click on duplicate. Okay, and name the slices my slicer, or any slicer you can, and click OK. Now if you see here, now you can do modify. For this one you can't do modify because this is our inbuilt slicer. You have to first duplicate it, and now you can change modify, and this slicer style will open. Now you can go every item and you can do as the slicer you want. Now suppose if I go to whole slicer and I go on format, here I get all the options. Okay, when I go to border, okay, now this time this border is selected, I'll select no border. Okay, and color, suppose if I want this, I'll say okay. Okay, you see your new slicer is this. How amazing it is, right? Now suppose this one, you can do n number of changes to this slicer. Again you will go here, you'll go modify. Okay, and header, let's work on header. I'll go format. Again, I don't like borders, I'll go on no borders. Okay, and yours is blue, so black, so let me take blue. Okay, and if I want to increase font, bold, italic, I can do bold, italic. Okay, and color, I can choose anything. Let's put that color only as of now. I'll say okay. I'll say okay. You see your ears are also changed. Okay, and likewise you can again come here, you can go to modify, and suppose you want to select item with data, go to format. Okay, no border. Okay, instead of this color pattern you can take, let's take green, and let's see what happens. Okay, okay, now see here this is changed. If you see, we have given the borders. Now when borders are not there, it looks more good, right? So this is how you can work on the slices. What you will do, the inbuilt slices, you can go here, you can duplicate it. Okay, and then the new slicers will come and you can change the name, and then you can do modify as much as you want. You can go every single and then do like unselected item with no data, what you want, how you want. Okay, now if you see my slicer, I made the slicer. Okay, and now I can copy the slicer anytime. What I will do is, whenever I'm creating a new report, okay, I'll copy this data and save it over there. Okay, and the slicer will also automatically gets copied. Let's see. Okay, I have opened another file, a new file, and okay, and now suppose if I take, let's copy this one. Okay, okay, and let's take the sum column also, the sales column. Okay, let's copy again because it's a, any which it's a dummy. Okay, now when I create a table of it, I'll quickly create. I already showed you all this. You can just watch the above link. Okay, now when I come here, okay, and let me give this name as source. Okay, now when I come here, I'll go to insert, and when I say source, if you want to learn all this, you have a I button above. Okay, you can go through entire pivot tables. Okay, data analysis with pivot tables. Let's go here. Okay, source. Okay, now when I come here, I'm making it raw, so you know if mistakes will happen. Okay, and there will be a way to do it. Now when I take ship data and when I take sales, okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, and now when I go to slices, insert slicer, let me take customer name. Okay, now if you see, the slicer is not there, the one which we created. Okay, now what I will do, I'll come here. Okay, this were the things. I'll just copy. I'll come to my new. I'll just open and I'll do this. Now when I go to pivot slicers, okay, let me open one slicer. Now you see, I got this two office, right? So this was created, correct? Hmm? And this was also created. So you got two slices, the one which you created, the custom one. Okay. Now what I can do, I can just delete this, the one which I copied. This is the easiest way. Now you see, you have that slicer in your new file also. So this is how you can copy the slicer. It's a one-time job for you. You can create a slicer, a beautiful slicer, how you want to portray, how it matches your dashboard, and then you are good to go. And you can every time you can copy the same. Okay. If you like it, please share and subscribe. And you got the I button above. You can watch my other videos as well. Thank you so much.